Greetings, students. In this video, we will review the first 5 questions from the January 2023 Algebra 1 Regents. Make sure you grab a notebook, a pencil, and you take diligent notes to keep track of the strategies that I will share in this video. I will try my best to share 2 different strategies. One will typically be an algebraic approach, and the other will be one that will allow you to use the calculator. Let's go ahead and get started. Number 1 states when the expression 2x times x minus 4 minus 3 times x plus 5 is written in simplest form, the result is, and we have 4 different expressions that could be a potential answer. We're going to start off by applying the distributive property. So we have 2x times x and 2x times negative 4, negative 3 times x, and negative 3 times positive 5. We have 2x squared minus 8x minus 3x minus 15. Be very careful here. I actually allow the 3 to be operating as a negative 3. So we're multiplying negative 3 times positive x, which gives us negative 3x, and negative 3 times positive 5, which gives us negative 15. Now we will combine like terms. Negative 8x and negative 3x are both like terms. So our final answer here will be 2x squared minus 11x minus 15. And that looks like answer choice 1. Okay, we have 2x squared minus 11x minus 15. Now, just in case you are struggling with performing the distributive property and making adjustments to expressions, I want to go ahead and show you how you can use the calculator to determine equivalence between expressions. I have the calculator over here to the left. We're going to start off by clicking the y equals button. Notice you have several opportunities where you can enter a function. We're going to start off by entering the given expression. We have 2x, open parentheses, x minus 4, close parentheses, minus 3, open parentheses, x plus 5. This is the given expression, and our goal is to identify which expression is equivalent. So I'm going to go to y2, and I will enter the first answer choice. So we have 2x squared minus 11x minus 15. I'm going to enter the second answer choice in y3. So I have 2x squared minus 11x plus 5. Then we have 2x squared minus 3x minus 19. And finally, I have 2x squared minus 3x plus 1. Notice the given expression is at the top and our 4 potential answer choices are at the bottom. Let's take a look at the table of values. So I'm going to click second graph. The answer choices in Y1 represent the output values for these given input values. So we're looking for which column has the exact same outputs or Y values. Let's look at Y2. I notice there's a negative 15, a negative 24, negative 29. Wow, this column looks exactly like Y1. Let's look at Y3. That does not look like Y1 at all, right? This is a 5, this is negative 15, this is a negative 4, that's negative 24. Y4 doesn't look like Y1 at all. And so you want to just take a look at all 4 columns to see which one resembles Y1 precisely. I mean, every last number should be exactly the same. So if you take a look at Y5, that also looks different. So the only column that is identical to Y1 is Y2. And if you recall, that was answer choice 1. So that's one way that you can go ahead and use the calculator to determine equivalence. It's a great strategy, and it's one that we may use several times while completing this exam. Let's head on over to problem number 2. Problem number 2 states the point 3 comma w is on the graph of y equals 2x plus 7. What is the value of w? Notice that this point represents an x comma y ordered pair, also known as a coordinate point. X represents our input value, y represents our output value. So they decided to use w, but don't be alarmed. It really still just represents y. So we're going to take a look at our function, y equals 2x plus 7. And remember, our input value x is 3. So I'm going to go ahead and replace x with 3, and we're going to solve. So 2 times 3 equals 6. 6 plus 7 equals 13. So our output value y equals 13. Now, does it really matter whether you want to say y equals 13 or w equals 13? Because technically they're one and the same, and they're actually not asking us about the variable. So you can just go ahead and select the answer that you feel is correct, which is 13. Now, just in case you are having some challenges with computing some of the math here, there is also a way to complete this using the calculator and ultimately check your work. Let's head on over. To solve this problem using the graphing calculator, we're going to head right on over to our y equals button yet again, because we want to take a look at the table of values to see what is the output when the input is 3. So I'm clicking on our y equals button, and notice there is a y equals right here. So I'm going to enter everything that comes after the equal sign. I have 2x plus 7. That is our function. Now, to take a look at the table of values, we're going to hit second graph. Now we can see our table. The question asks, what is w when basically our input value is 3? So I'm going to take a look at the 3 value when x is 3, and our output value is actually 13. So that's our answer. So you can perform this problem using the graphing calculator, but you can also solve it algebraically. It's completely your choice. Let's head on over to question number 3. Question number 3 states, students were asked to write 2x cubed plus 3x plus 4x squared plus 1 in standard form. 4 student responses are shown below. We have Alexa, Carol, Ryan, and Eric. Which student's response is correct? Let's do a quick review of some information you need when writing expressions in standard form. Standard form is a way to represent algebraic expressions. The goal is to write the term with the biggest exponent first. Then the exponents should go in descending order. The last term should always be the constant. Guys, please remember that the constant is the term with no variable attached. The constant is the term with no variable attached. That's always going to come last. So let's take a look at the different answer choices that we have for these students. Alexa decided to put the term with the biggest exponent right here. So this answer is incorrect. Carol decided to put 2x cubed, which is the term with the biggest exponent, first. So she is on track for right now. We're going to check the other terms, but we at least know that this term is in the right position. Ryan also has 2x cubed in the correct position. And Eric decided to put 2x cubed second, so he is also incorrect. Now let's look at Carol and Ryan to see who has the correct answer. Remember, we said the constant term always has to come last. So both Carol and Ryan got the constant term correct. So now we just need to check out the 2 terms in the middle. Remember, we said the exponent should go in descending order. That means the numbers need to go down, right? So we're going to start off with an exponent of 3, and then we would prefer that it goes down to a 2, then a 1, then a 0. When you have x written by itself with no exponent, the exponent actually is a 1, right? And if you have 1 by itself with nothing at all, the exponent is a 0. So Ryan actually has the correct answer because he has the first term written with the biggest exponent, the constant at the end, and all exponents are going down or in descending order. So choice 3 is correct. There's really no way we could use a calculator for this problem. So this is more so a problem where you're going to have to memorize the definition of standard form and apply what you know to solve the problem. Let's head on over to question number 4. Question number 4 says, given f of x equals negative 3x squared plus 10, what is the value of f of negative 2? And we have 4 answer choices. Guys, this problem is very similar to question number 2. All we're doing here is taking a look at a function, and we want to know what is the output value when the input value is negative 2. Let's go ahead and solve algebraically, and then I'll show you the strategy that you can use on the calculator as well. F of x equals negative 3x squared plus 10. Guys, please remember that anytime you see f of x, it's the same thing as saying y equals negative 3x squared plus 10. Some students get really alarmed. They're like, what is an f of x? Like, I have no idea what that means. Guys, f of x literally just means y. So you can replace it just so it looks more familiar to you. So let's keep going. We know that our x value is going to be negative 2. So I'm going to write y equals negative 3, and I will replace x with negative 2. Okay? We're going to square the negative 2, and then we're going to add 10. So now we have y equals negative 3 times negative 2 squared. Negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. So we have negative 3 times 4 plus 10. I'm going to come on over here because I'm running out of space. So we have y equals negative 12 plus 10. And that means that y is negative 2. So our final answer here is answer choice 2. Just in case you have any challenges with arithmetic, you could have actually go ahead and entered this problem right here. Like when we got to this line, the substitution, you could have entered it into the calculator. Just remember to have your parentheses. It is so important. I can't emphasize it enough because if you forget it, it's going to be incorrect. So let's go on over to our calculator to see how we could have used it to either check our work or get to the answer a lot faster. So if you remember what I said, we can actually just enter the problem with x replaced with negative 2 right into the main calculator. So I'm going to start off with negative. Guys, be careful. This is a negative and this is subtraction. So we want to start off with a negative here. Negative 3, open parentheses, and then we're going to have the value negative 2 in the parentheses, and then we're going to square it. And now we have plus 10. Let's take a look. Our final answer here is negative 2. So we agree that the correct answer choice is actually choice 2. But there's another way that I want you to check your answer or get to the answer a lot faster. Go right on over to y equals, and you are going to write in the function. So you have negative 3 times x squared plus 10. And then we're going to hit second graph. And guys, remember what they said? They're asking us for f of negative 2. Now, some students are like, whoa, Miss Tai, I don't see a negative 2 here. You just have to hit the arrow up to go find negative 2. So negative 2 is right here as an input value. And now we just want to find the output value. And we can see very clearly that the output value when x is negative 2, y is also negative 2. So that's our correct answer. Let's head on over to the final question for this video, question number 5. This question is asking us which relation is a function, and we have 4 different representations. For question number 5, there's really no use for a graphing calculator. We're going to go ahead and use our definitions to solve. The definition that I prefer to give our students is that a function is a relation where the x value does not repeat. Okay? X values don't repeat. If the X values repeat, not a function. If the X values don't repeat, it's a function. You can also use the vertical line test. So a function will pass the vertical line test. This means any vertical line will only intersect the function at one and only one point. Guys, make sure you are writing down these notes. These notes are going to help you because these questions show up on just about every Regents. So when you have these notes written down, you can go back to it, you can review it, and you can make sure that you are in the best position possible to get a score of 90 and above on this Regents. For answer choice number 1, I'm going to examine our X values. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. All X values are different. So this relation is a function. But let's still take a look at 2, 3, and 4, just to make sure that we do have our correct answer. Look at answer choice 2. Since the X values repeat, right? This 7 and 7 is repeating, it is not a function. Guys, remember, if X values repeat, not a function. If they do not repeat, function, okay? So answer choice 1 is definitely a function. Let's take a look at answer choice 3. Anytime you have a graph, it's just much easier to use a vertical line test. So when I draw a vertical line through this graph, it is crossing the function at more than one point, right? This vertical line is intersecting the graph at 2 points. Therefore, it is not a function. Okay, not a function. What about choice 4, right? We have some coordinate points. So anytime I see a mapping diagram, right? So let's kind of just go over the 4 representations really quickly. These are coordinate points or ordered pairs. This is a table of values. This is a graph, and we call this a mapping diagram. So sometimes I prefer to turn the mapping diagram into a table of values so I can see exactly what's going on here. So let's do that. We're going to have our first coordinate point, which is 3, 4, right? 3 is our input, 4 is our output. We have 6, 5. We have 6, 7. 8 does not have a corresponding output value, so we're going to leave it alone. And we have 11, 7. These are the only points in this relation. But take a look, guys. The 6 is repeating. Therefore, answer choice 4 is not a function. Guys, this completes the first 5 questions of the January 2023 Algebra 1 Regents. I'll be coming back to you with more videos from this exact same Regents. It is my estimation that if you go through at least 3 full Regents and you master these problems, you should have no issue getting a 90 or higher on this exam. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share. Make sure you watch it till the end. And I am excited to record more videos that will help you achieve your math goals in high school, in upper level, advanced middle school, and beyond. Have a good one, everyone.